Your character grows, of course. You're going to get wins over Taker on pay-per-view. Meanwhile, Austin is being pushed as the new protege of the $1 Million Man. It really goes nowhere until he finally wins the King of the Ring. And that show, King of the Ring 96, is a big deal for both of you. Mm-hmm. You get your first win on pay-per-view over The Undertaker, and he drops that infamous Austin 316 line. Did you happen to see the promo when it happened, or did you hear about it after?
I did, because I believe I was already done with my match with Undertaker. I'd seen Steve when he came back in after the Mark Merrow match, and he had the lip was in need of stitches.
Yep.
So I think the story is he went out to get stitched. I don't know if it was in-house or out-of-house.
He went to a medical facility.
16 stitches, which only adds to the legend.
Yes.
And then he defeats Jake in the final.
Yep.
Defeats Jake in the final, and that's where he drops that line that sold 1 million T-shirts. And the rest is history. At this point, we're going to be just going through history, because the rest, at that point...
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
You were right. I was approached backstage by a man named Jimmy Miranda. Now, Jimmy's approached a lot of men.
Can I just tell you?
Please do.
Jimmy was openly gay, right?
Okay.
And he was beloved backstage. So when I wrote that out, that was one of like 362 different things that were flagged for legal. And I remember my editor, Jeremy Ruby Strauss, going, "This appears to be a reference to homosexuality." I said, "It is." And he likes it. Meaning, I showed it to him. He laughed. He said, "Whatever you want." And then they had to get him, on the phone or whatever it was. And he said, "Yeah, I love it. I think it's funny." And it made the book. But Jimmy was a great guy. And
great line, too.
Yeah, thank you.
But this visit concerned merchandising. He had a list on a name. You talked about this recently.
Yeah, I did.
The idea being he's got all these different names. The Stalker's got 15 different items. Mankind's got some stuff. No Stone Cold merch.
No. Mark Henry, every box was checked. Barry Windham is a Stalker, every box but 3 or 4. Mine, I had 2 or 3 things, T-shirt, mask, which I said I didn't think the public should be able to buy. Maybe I cost myself some money on that. Steve came up to Jimmy and goes, "Hey, Miranda, how about some merchandise? How about a T-shirt for Stone Cold?" And Jimmy just kind of hemmed and hawed, and then he said, "Steve, I'm sorry, but the office just doesn't see merchandise potential in you." And I think one of the major differences between being in WCW and WWE is that in WCW, you were playing with other people's money.
That's right.
And in WWE, it was Vince's money. And if Vince thought you could help the company, he didn't care. If you were a friend of his, if you hung out at the bar, he didn't care what your political beliefs were, what your sexual orientation was. He was going to push you. And to his credit, he went from being a guy who did not see any potential in merchandising Steve to taking full advantage of that merchandising craze.
As you mentioned in your book, man, you had 25 items for Mark Henry, none for Stone Cold, and you would write, and to think, within a year, Austin's merchandise would outsell Mark Henry's 2-1, 2 million to 1, that is.
Did I go there?
2 million.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sorry, Mark. Hall of Famer.
Well.
Yeah. Ooh.
Spot the lie.
Unnecessary pot shot.
But a funny one.
Pretty funny, yeah.
A lot of us overdo it this time of year around the holidays. And then after the first of the year, somewhere on that New Year's resolution list is, man, we got to get in better shape. But the reality is getting started and sticking to a program are 2 of the biggest obstacles to exercising. But now you can easily create a dynamic, personalized routine to your equipment and goals, all with the Fitbod app. With the Fitbod app, you can set goals and check your progress, but maybe most importantly, Fitbod keeps you motivated to keep working towards those goals. And of course, the app makes planning workouts easy. Now, Fitbod's algorithm will actually change and update your fitness plan as you go. So if you feel like you've plateaued or maybe you're not making enough progress, well, Fitbod's app will adjust all of that for you. How about that? You just add in your equipment, you pick a fitness goal, and Fitbod will create a routine for you. Whether you've been missing gym time or maybe you've hit that plateau, well, a fresh start has never been easier. And the app also switches up your exercises to avoid overtraining or burnout. And of course, your program changes based on your personal progress. We want to maximize your results, and that's what FitBod is all about. By the way, a full year of FitBod is less than the cost of a single session with a personal trainer. So join FitBod today and build a routine that grows with you without slimming down your wallet. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free at our link in the description below, or go to fitbod.me/Foley. That's the link in the description, or fitbod.me/Foley, fitbod.me/Foley.